Hi, welcome to Yoga 413. I'm Tauni, and for today's Vinyasa flow class, I'm going to recommend that you have a towel or a yoga strap handy to assist you in some of the optional binds that I've included. And as always, if you enjoy this class, kindly consider subscribing and sharing it with a friend. Let's get started. Beginning in a child's pose. Begin to lengthen the breath, both the inhale and the exhale. May this practice leave you feeling stronger, yet more flexible, both on the mat and off the mat. You're welcome to set a personal intention for your practice, your why. Then let's start to lengthen our arms forward for extended child's pose. Spreading the fingers wide, drawing length into the arms and the back. Let's rise up, coming into a tabletop position on all fours. Let's start to flow through a few rounds of cow and cat. So inhale, open the chest, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round the spine, chin towards chest. Again, just beginning to match breath and movement. Just inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Let's go through one more cycle of breath. Find that nice flat back, neutral spine. Bringing the hands forward and lowering all the way down to the mat with your elbows in. We're going to come into Sphinx Pose today. So just taking your forearms to the mat, firmly pressing them down and then back. Looking up, feeling a nice stretch down the front of the body. Shoulders down your back. Releasing, bringing your hands by your chest. Elbows remain in. Just a gentle cobra pose. Just lifting up, elbows soft. Releasing down, keeping our knees on the mat. Lift the belly up, engaging those core muscles. Press up to supported plank. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Just alternate, bending your knees. Just beginning to loosen up the body. Good. Then just find your downward facing dog. Pressing through the entire hand, weight into the fingers, relaxing those heels. Let's begin to walk the hands backwards. Deeply bending your knees. We're going to come into our first fold, cradle those elbows into the opposite palms, and then just gently sway side to side. So I want you to focus here on just a nice long spine. And then just come to the center, relax, hold. Deep breaths. Maybe starting to straighten those legs, maybe just a little bit more, just awakening those hamstrings. Let's take the hands down to the mat, begin to walk out to plank pose, shoulders over wrist. Always remember, every time we're in a plank, you can always take the knees to the mat and come into supported plank. Always just want to be sure your back is straight. Belly lifting up and in. Let's press back to downward facing dog. Then go ahead and begin to step the feet forward to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine, hands to shins, gaze forward, half lift. Exhale to forward fold. As you inhale, rise up with a flat back, strong, pressing through the feet, bringing the hands to the heart center. Sun Salutation Series A. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Lengthen the spine, flatten the back, and fold. Stepping the feet back for plank pose. Taking the knees down for this first one, bend your elbows, just shoulders come into line with the elbows. Lower to the mat, lift up into cobra pose. Tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Let's step our feet forward to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine, create some space, and fold. Inhale, rise up, press through those feet, bringing the hands to the heart. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, create space, half lift. Exhale, fold. Stepping back to plank. Shifting forward on the toes, chaturanga. Mindful of your shoulder elbow alignment. Flip the feet over, straighten those arms for up dog. Cobra's your option. Downward facing dog. So always lots of options for your practice, just depending on how you're feeling today. If you need something gentler, then keep those knees down. Just be thankful you get to move. Beautiful. Let's let's lift that right leg up. We're going to keep our hips square. So toes point down, one leg dog. Bring that knee through the chest, pressing away from the mat. Step the foot forward. We're going to lower the back knee to the ground and rise up into our kneeling warrior lunge. So relaxing into those hip flexors. Taking the hands down, coming into a gentle twist. So taking the right arm up, drawing that belly towards that inner thigh. Let's take the hand down, step back for plank. Let's flow through a half series through chaturanga, up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Floating that left foot up, hips stay level, toes point down, arms strong. Good. Bringing that knee in through the chest, step that foot, dropping that back knee and coming up. Exhale, relax. Come into that nice stretch. Bringing the hands down, taking that left arm up and twist. Bringing the hands down, step back. You have another vinyasa through the half series, which you could always take this out and just hold plank or go to down dog. Looking forward, bring the feet to the hands and fold. Sit your hips back, reach the arms up for chair pose, Utkatasana. Bringing the hands to the heart. Let's sit back into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen to half lift. Exhale to chaturanga, lowering down into that low push-up position. Upward facing dog, down dog. Let's keep the hips square, lift that right leg up. This time as you exhale, come forward to a high plank, knee to chest, push away from the mat. Lift right back up for one leg dog. Exhale, step that foot forward. Rise up, warrior lunge. So we're keeping the back knee up this time. Front knee over ankle. Bringing the hands down to the mat. Take that right arm up and twist. We're going to take the hand down this time and open up to the side for angle pose. In this first one, I'm going to go ahead and bring you into supported angle so that right arm comes up, elbow above the knee. Rise back up to warrior two. Gazing forward, shoulders over hips. Reach back for reverse warrior. Take that nice stretch through that side body. Circle the arms to the mat. Step back for plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Lifting that left foot up and back, one leg dog. Exhale, high plank, knee to chest. Push away from that mat. Lift back up, one leg dog. Exhale, step that foot forward. Rise up, warrior lunge. Taking the hands down to the mat, coming into our twist. Taking that left arm up, belly towards thigh. Back leg, keep pressing through that heel. Bringing the hand down, we're going to open to the side, back heel drops, come into a supported angle pose. Lifting up to warrior two. Reverse your warrior, reach it back. Good, circle to the mat, step back, Vinyasa. Let's take a few breaths here in down dog. Find that pose, that stretch. Looking forward, bring the feet to the hands. Lengthen and then fold. Inhale, reach it up to stand. Hands to the heart. So we're going to bind our hands behind us, so adding a chest expansion. This is where that towel comes in handy. So you can always grab your towel. I'll use it for this first one. Holding on and lifting up, start to just engage the muscles in the upper back and open up the front of the shoulder and the chest. So take that breath in, and then as you exhale, fold forward with that chest expansion. Go ahead and relax the top of the head down towards the floor. Just opening up the chest and shoulders. Good. With a nice, strong, straight back, come all the way up. You can place that towel on the floor, keep it close. Reach the arms up. Swan dive down and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lifting that right leg up and back. Exhale, high plank, knee to chest. Inhale, one leg dog. Exhale, step forward. Rise up, warrior lunge. Taking the hands down, coming into your twist. Taking that right arm up. We're going to take the hand down, open up to angle pose. So dropping that back heel. So this is where that towel comes in handy. So that right arm's going to come behind the back and grab onto the thigh for half bind. Or you could have that towel in your top hand. And they're welcome to stay in the half bind or reach underneath and bind the hands or grab onto that towel. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Lengthen out those arms. Reverse your warrior. Circle to the mat, Vinyasa. Let's do all that on the other side. So lifting that left leg up, hip square. Knee to chest, high plank. Lift it back up. Step that foot forward. Rise up, warrior lunge. Taking the hands down, coming into your twist. Bringing the hand down, open up to side angle. So if you're using the towel, place it in the top hand. Hand comes behind the back. Maybe you choose to stay here in your half bind or interlace the hands. If you're interlacing the hands, be sure that your chest is not facing the floor. Alignment over your front leg. Rise up for warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Circle to the mat, Vinyasa. Beautiful job. Let's take a few breaths here to settle in. You're welcome to go to a child's pose or hit that pause button. Let's look forward, feet to hands, and fold. Sink back into chair pose this time. Reach those arms up. Good. Interlace those hands behind the back. Exhale, forward fold with chest expansion. Grab that towel if you need it. Inhale, reach those arms up. Sit the hips back into chair pose. Back straight and fold forward. Lengthen that spine. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog and downward. Let's go through this series one more time. We're going to add on a balance posture. Lifting the right leg. Exhale, high plank, knee to chest. Lift it back up. Step forward. Rise up, warrior lunge. Hands come down to the mat, keeping that back straight. Come into your twist, squeeze those belly muscles. Bring the hand down. Open up into angle pose. Choose to stay here or come into your full or half bind. Good. One more breath. Rise up, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. So we're going to add on our balance posture. Come back to warrior two. We're going to go into balancing half moon. So begin to lean forward. Lift that back leg up. That right hand could go on a block as well. I typically say put that thumb out in front of the pinky toe. Beautiful. Start to soften that knee. Step back, warrior two. Circle it to the mat, Vinyasa. Flow through that half series or go to downward facing dog. Lifting that left leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, step forward. Rise up, warrior lunge. Take your time. Hands come down. Moving with intention into your twist. Bringing it down. Open up into side angle. Choose your pose, full or half bind. Opening up the shoulders and chest. Lifting up for warrior two. Lengthen those arms out. Reverse your warrior. Good. Come up, lean forward, balancing half moon. Lift. Try to stack those hips. Good. Soften that forward knee. Reach it back for warrior two. Circle to the mat. You're doing amazing. Vinyasa flow or down dog. Beautiful job. Looking forward, bring the feet forward to the hands. Lengthen that spine and fold. Sit back into chair pose. And then hands to the heart. Great job. Let's step the feet wide on the mat. Toes turn forward in line with those heels. Take the arms behind you, with or without the towel. You choose. Open up the chest, look up, and fold forward into your straddle. Relax the top of the head down towards the mat. Soften the face. Just enjoy that stretch. Let's lengthen the spine, come all the way up nice and slow, reach the arms up over the head. Interlace those hands behind the back one more time, or use that towel. If you're interlacing, switch your grip, put the opposite finger on top, drawing the palms closer together. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold forward. Let's go ahead and release the hands right underneath you, lengthen the spine. So we're going to keep that back nice and flat, eyes slightly forward. So strong core center. See if you can lift your arms into that half lift, belly up and in. Taking the hands down, walk the hands to the front of the mat. Step back for plank pose. So we're going to bring the feet together. Right hand right underneath you. Go ahead and pivot into side plank. So you want a nice line through the wrists, through the elbows. And you can always drop that bottom knee for support. Let's bring it down and switch sides, pivoting, balancing on the outer edge of the bottom foot. Lift it up. Let's bring it down. Come into downward facing dog. Beautiful job. We're going to come forward, lower all the way to the mat. Taking the hands by your sides, lift up into Locust Pose. Lower down, taking the hands right by the chest. Tuck those toes under, belly lifts, tuck the pelvis, press up. Moving the feet together, side plank. Taking that left arm up. Let's add an extension this time. Reach that arm up over the head. Squeeze those obliques and reach, lift those hips up. Big circle to the other side. Pivot, outer edge of that back foot. Lengthen that arm over, palm faces down, gaze up, press through those hips. Press through those obliques. Big circle. And slowly lower down to the mat. So we're going to go into Locust Pose again with the option to go into bow. So when you're ready, inhale, lift the back of the legs, the chest. So you can stay here or bend the knees, reaching back, hands to feet, and then actively kick, press the feet into the hands. You also want to be sure that your knees aren't going out. You're trying to keep everything hip distance apart. Let's slowly release. Press back to a child's pose. Rest. Let's move forward. We're going to come into downward facing dog, and we're going to set up for pigeon pose. So we're going to lift that right leg up first, bend that knee, open that hip, relax that left heel down. Try to keep your shoulders in line. Now lengthen that leg up behind you, stretch it up, bring the knee in and then out to the side, so outside of that elbow. Slowly lower down. And we're going to come into reclining pigeon. If this bothers your knee in any way, you can flip over and do this from your back with a figure 4 stretch. So always know you have options. And if you guys ever need an option to a pose, just drop a comment and I will get back to you with an option for you. Let's walk those hands up. So sit up nice and tall. You're welcome to stay here, or we're going to bend the back leg today. Reach back with the left hand. You can balance the right arm forward. Or since we've been working on opening our chest and shoulders so much today, if you want to place that foot in the crease of the arm, reach back out of bind. That is an option. Whatever pose you're in, slowly come out, step back to down dog. So we're going to lift the left leg up and back, bend that knee, open up that hip. So if you gaze into your right arm, you're actually looking for your foot. Relax into that right heel. And then lengthen that leg up behind you. Bring that knee in and then outside of that elbow. And lower down into reclining pigeon pose. And remember your options to flip over and go to the back if that's more comfortable. Good, start to walk it up. So again, you're welcome to stay or bend that back knee, reach back, right hand to right foot, reaching it out, or adding your bind if you'd like. Reach, and come out of whatever pose you're in, step back to down dog. Feel free to add any movement here. It just feels good as you come out of those longer stretches. And now we're just going to step our feet forward and have a seat on your mat. Finding those sits bones, finding your balance, leaning back. Let's go into boat pose. Lifting the legs, releasing. You're welcome to go ahead and straighten. Let's come up, extend the legs out, toes up. Let's take a few breaths here in staff pose, so just good posture, sitting up nice and tall, pressing those hands down. Now we're going to reach those arms up, come into your fold. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, release. We're going to start to lift up out of that stretch and roll down one vertebrae at a time. You're going to scoop those belly muscles in. Now once you're down, hold the shoulders up so the low back is connected to the mat. Choose to stay, or can you hover your feet, point those toes, low back down, belly button pressing down. And bringing your knees to the chest, gently rocking side to side. Let's take the feet down to the mat, hands at your sides. Press up into bridge pose, walking the shoulders together and down. Optional binding here, interlacing the hands. Let's drop the hips, pulling that right knee into the chest. Start to circle the ankles a few times in each direction. And then give that knee a nice pull down as you lengthen out through that left leg. And then we're going to come into our spine twist, relaxing your shoulders down. Come back onto our backs, lengthen that right leg out, the left knee comes in. Again, just take a few circles in both directions for that ankle. And then begin to pull that knee down, lengthen out through that right leg. And then exhale to your twist. Let's come back onto your back. One last time, knees to chest, little circles here on your back for a little massage. And then we're going to come into our final resting pose of Shavasana, extending your legs, palms up at your sides, eyes closed. Just relax, find stillness, find calmness, both in the body but also the mind. Just staying right here in the present moment, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Let's take a nice big breath in and just start to wiggle the fingers and toes. Just a real gentle awakening of the body, and then softening your knees, rolling over onto your side, pausing in this fetal position, just setting your intention for the rest of the day, focusing on gratitude, and then help yourself up to have a seat on your mat. Let's reach our arms up over the head, bringing the hands to the heart, and from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for class. Have a blessed day.